Hi everyone, I'm Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, and today we are talking about the lunar eclipse. It's on March 13 or March 14, depending on the time zone you are, so it's around midnight. And in this chart, the sun makes a conjunction with Saturn. Additionally, Mercury is going to go retrograde on March 14 or March 15, depending on your time zone. Again, it's around midnight. So what does this all mean for you? That's what we're going to talk about. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Just to let you know what we're going to be doing, we're going to do a short overview, and then we're going to look at your sign in particular. We'll talk about love and then money. And so if you haven't already, please subscribe. And by the way, if you want a PDF of your chart so you can follow along on these videos, then reach out to me. There's a link in the description and I will send you that PDF. So for this lunar eclipse, there's definitely an emphasis on letting go of something. And ideally that would be fears, worries, insecurities, doubts. And then it's also about embracing that Sun-Saturn connection. And that is about grit and determination. When we put the Sun and Saturn together in Pisces, it's almost like creating a spiritual path for yourself, just like the spiritual masters of old, where they let go of certain things in their lives so that they would have an uninterrupted journey towards spiritual enlightenment. So this particular lunar eclipse is at 23 degrees of Virgo, and all eclipses close doors, and so this is closing the door on some Virgo aspect of your life. Now, it's usually that you wished for this, that you were hoping that some part of your life would change, and now the universe is fulfilling that request, even though this may not feel like the timing is right, or that you have it in the budget, or that it is unfolding like you envisioned. Now, this full moon / eclipse is opposite the Sun and Saturn. And the best way to deal with Saturn is to lean in and to work hard and to have grit and determination and to set the bar very high for yourself and then strive to get over that bar, exceed the expectations, and then Saturn is your friend. So this Sun and Saturn in Pisces is asking us to take a holistic view of our life and to treat our lives with respect and reverence. And that is to treat your body like a temple and give your mind the time and the space to think its own thoughts, to be kind to yourself, to do the things that will help you live in the present and feel better, and that will radiate outward to your community. And so that means that you're going to feel better, more prosperous, healthier, happier, and everyone around you will as well. Okay, Capricorn, they say that the most dangerous beliefs are the ones we don't question, and this lunar eclipse is in your area of beliefs. So this is a time where it would be really good to kind of list your beliefs, what you think are unshakable, and see if these are still really true, if they are empirically true, if they're still right for you. By challenging these beliefs, then you could open up some new doors, opportunities, and all kinds of things for yourself. So now the Sun and Saturn are conjunct in your area of thinking process. And, when we look at the tarot, the swords suit is the most difficult because swords are thoughts. And so this Saturn-Sun connection, this is about discipline of the mind. And so using this idea of doing something with reverence, with respect, this is about doing some sort of action to help you control your mind, but not like it's out of control, but to put it in a place where you are using it for something that is important, not just scattered thoughts that are stressing you or scaring you, etc. Of course, meditation comes to mind, because what meditation is about creating space between thoughts so that you can challenge them. So when you're sitting there meditating and you think, oh, my nose itches, and you're thinking to reach up and scratch it, rather than just reacting to the stimuli, you are meditating. So you say, oh, I'll scratch my nose later. And that practice puts the space between the thoughts. And then you don't spiral, then you don't go down the rabbit hole of, this could happen and this could happen, because there's space. And so practicing meditation could be one way to deal with all of these thoughts, all of these ideas that you're having. And I bring this up because Saturn is your planet ruler. So you, for all of the signs out there, you are the one who gets Saturn the most. You understand what it is to be disciplined, what it is to walk that narrow path, because you want to make the progress. So this is your talent, this is your superpower, to say, I can take this Saturn and use this tool. So now that this Saturn is so active in this area, use this tool to quiet your mind, so that you are thinking thoughts that are productive, that are positive, that will help you move forward. And if you want to talk about what is up for you in 2025 and 2026, I do readings. There's a link in the description. Now, when it comes to love relationships, specifically new love, Mercury is not making an aspect with Saturn. However, Mercury is going to go retrograde a day after this lunar eclipse, and it's going to go back into the sign of Pisces and meet that Saturn. This is all outside this 2-week period. So what I'm saying is there are some really good times to meet someone coming up, but they are outside this 2-week period. So right now, even if you're going on dates and all that, it's likely that you're not either making a connection or you're just going to different Starbucks and you're not meeting. Now, one of the things that the retrograde can do is bring someone from your past back into your life. And this would fall under new love if you didn't really date before, or you just talked online but you didn't actually meet, or if this was a different type of relationship, like you worked together before but now they're very interested in you. So that's the type of relationship that could come together during this time. But for the most part, we're waiting until Mercury comes back and touches that Saturn. Now, when it comes to existing love relationships, the moon is sitting up opposite Saturn. So it's a very strong aspect. And it means that you both have your own opinions. And what's necessary is to do some compromising so you can come together for the win-win. So if you stay at these extremes, well, then we're just a seesaw. So one person gets to win and then the other person gets to win. But as you say, okay, we're in a relationship together, and so we both have to make some adjustments. And as you do, you come together and strengthen the love relationship. And that's the goal here. Now, when it comes to your money, you pull money from the Uranus and that Saturn, which is so pivotal in this chart. And that Saturn is so much about shifting your thinking towards the positive, towards looking for the solution. This is where hope comes in, because if you're not feeling hopeful, then you're not going to look for the solution. And there's every reason in this world to feel hopeful. Even in hard times, people have built incredible businesses and found fortunes. And so, it may feel like it's tiring to continually look for things, but this may be that you just have to hunt on new grounds, or you have to do a different method of hunting. But as you shift your thinking towards the positive, you will see the opportunities, and those opportunities will lead to financial success. Now, when it comes to money from business or from investments, the sun's making a sextile with Uranus. So there is a strong possibility you're going to make more money over this next 2 weeks. A sextile does indicate that you need to initiate some sort of action. So that means you have to send the invoice or post, or call up your broker and have the discussion. But as you do, you can make more money. And then when it comes to money derived from career, so that would be a paycheck, Mars is making a sextile to Uranus. So you do have some good energy. However, you have a really good business mind. That is another of your superpowers. And so you do need to be aware of what's going on in your company before you start asking for things. And that is, look at the foundation of your company. Is it still strong? Does the company have money in the bank? Or is this stock still good? There may be some changes and disruption going on, but if there's a solid foundation, then it may be the time to ask for a raise. if this company's kind of hanging by a thread, then use this positive energy to go out in the world and look for something else. There's, no reason to stay if the infrastructure is crumbling. So, because you can take your talents and abilities elsewhere. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Consider signing up for my newsletter where I talk about astrological happenings every week. And if you would like to know personally what is up for you in 2025 and 2026, I do readings. There's a link in the description, and I will see you in the next video.